All right, welcome to Thursday, April 16th. And for English today, as promised, we are writing about your habitats. So we are going to use the research that you have done yesterday, or if you did it earlier in the week, making sure that you have 4 or 5 facts. So if you do not have 4 or 5 facts on your research page for habitats, don't watch this video yet and go and do some more research. So you need to have 4 or 5 different research facts about habitats. And remember, you can go through and look at the video from yesterday with the questions that will help you answer or help you get those facts, okay? But if you have 4 or 5 facts and you have sent me your research, then let's get going so you can start your writing about your habitat. So, yesterday you researched your animal's habitat, and remember that a habitat is where an animal lives, and there are all this stuff. So, remember that I hung out with Jerry, the giraffe in Africa, and that he lived in the grassland habitat, and I talked about what continent he was in, which region, which countries that I could find him, the climate, and what other animals lived there, and as well as if they had a home, like bears have dens, for example. But we found out that giraffes actually like wide open spaces so they can see if they are being watched, probably by a lion. And then I left Africa because I was afraid of the lion noise that I heard. It's very traumatic. So this is what your paper looks like. I guess it looks a lot like the characteristics page, and you're going to be doing similar things. So for this, you need to have one topic sentence that explains what the paragraph is about. And then exactly like we had for characteristics, you need 4 or 5 sentences that explain the animal's habitat, which uses your research. Okay? Once you have finished writing that, then you're going to read your sentences out loud to make sure they make sense. You're going to check your capital letters and fix any punctuation. So I have attached this habitat page to our class stories today, so you have it for your writing. Remember, if you don't have access to a printer, you can just write it out in your home learning journal or just a piece of paper. You don't have to add in all of the extra bits. You can literally just write your topic sentence and your body together as one, and I'm happy with that, okay? So like I said, you don't have to, because I've seen some people and they've actually like written this part. You don't have to do that, okay? Just make sure that you have the habitats on the top of your page, and then you can just have the first sentence, which is the topic sentence, and then the rest of it, which is your body. And that's your 4 or 5 sentences from your research that you did. So, as per norm, as per usual, Miss Julia has done some work for us on her brown bear project, and she has come up with some topic sentence ideas for you. So, remember the topic sentence is what introduces or tells the reader that the paragraph will describe where the animal lives, okay? So some ideas that she had, which again, you are free to use, but remember, please don't write brown bear, write your animal instead. Did you know that brown bears can be found in many habitats? In this paragraph, I'm going to tell you all about where they live and the different features of their habitats. That's the first option. The second one is a little bit interesting. If you traveled to the forests of Siberia, the tundra of North America, or the Icefields Parkway near Banff, Alberta, what animal could you see? Brown bears. In this paragraph, I will tell you all about their many habitats. So in the second one, again, she's asked a question, but she's talked a little bit about where they live, where brown bears live. And the third option that she has for us is, did you know that brown bears can be found in lots of different countries? In this paragraph, I will tell you all about the environments they call home. So in each one, Miss Julia has written a question, which again, you can do. Or, well, and she's done in this paragraph, I will tell you about. So she's done 2 parts. Now you only have to write 1 sentence again. So if you want to ask a question for your sentence, that's fine. So like this, 1. Or if you just want to jump into it, like number 2, that is fine too, okay? Remember that you're trying to introduce your topic to your reader in a fun way. So you can write one sentence, you can write 2 sentences, it's up to you. You can even take what you did for your characteristics and you can try and do something similar to it. But obviously you just need to change it. I mean, like in this paragraph, I'm going to tell you about the habitat of my animal, okay? So the next part is the body. So after you have your topic sentence, then you're going to do the body of your paragraph. And this is what uses sentences to teach the reader about the research that you've done. So it shows off your knowledge, okay? So remember that if you are writing numbers, so for example, 2 eyes, you need to write the number word. So you have to actually write the word 2. So if you have 4 legs, you need to write the word 4. The second thing you need to remember is to read each sentence carefully to make sure it makes sense, okay? You also need to check your capitals. So remember that we need capitals for months. We need capitals for places, for place names, okay? We need capitals for names of things. All of these places. So place names are important. So make sure that you have capitals for your place names. So Miss Julia has place names in North America, Europe, Asia, Siberia. I think I have North America. So all of those need place names. And remember, obviously, that we need a capital letter at the start of every sentence. Check your spelling. Remember, try and do this on your own by using dictionaries. If you want some wow words, you can use a thesaurus. Try not to bug mom and dad because this is work that you should be able to do on your own. And then double check your punctuation. So we're going to look at what Miss Julia wrote and see how many sentences she has and if she's checked off everything that we have. So first part, brown bears live in North America, Europe, and Asia. So this is sentence 1, and that actually covers where does your animal live. Their thick fur helps them to live in climates where it can get very cold and even snowy. So that is climate weather, but there's more. The weather, so that is number 2. The weather can be hot and even freezing. Hot, cold, and even freezing. So there you go. Another sentence about weather. Perfect. Brown bears live in forests and almost always near a river so that they can hunt for fish like wild salmon. That's number 4. Okay. Other animals that may, so that again is kind of where your animal lives. Other animals that may live in the same habitat are mice, rabbits, moose, deer, foxes, owls, and other animals. Okay, so those are what kinds of plants and animals it shares its habitat with, and that's number 5. In Europe, brown bears are mostly found in the woodlands. In Siberia, they are mostly found in forests, and in North America, they like the tundra and coastline. So that is number 6, and again, it talks about where your animal lives. Okay, now Miss Julia had one that's not checked off, and that's what does your animal use for shelter? But she already had 6 sentences, so that's fine. She didn't need to add it. So even if you don't have everything checked off, as long as you have 4 or 5 sentences, it's fine. She could have added a 7th sentence and just said that bears like dens or caves, which is where they have their babies and hibernate. But again, she already had 6 sentences, so she doesn't really need it. So please make sure that you have double checked that you have 4 to 5 facts from your research, and then just take those facts and write them into nice sentences on this page. Okay? That is literally all you have to do. So now it's your turn. So you're going to take the template and you are going to show me what you have learned about your animal's habitat. So remember, you need to write a nice topic sentence that makes it really interesting for the reader, and then write your 4 to 5 facts that you found in your research. Write those into nice sentences for me. You cannot just write them you can't just write grassland habitat or Africa. You need to have proper sentences, okay? So that's it. Remember, this is due on Sunday, so you can have all weekend to do it. If you get it done today, then you can have a break over the weekend. And yes, if you have any questions about this, we will talk about it in our Zoom. We'll have Zoom today at 11. So looking forward to seeing your great work. I was really happy with your characteristics work and your introduction. So I know that your habitat work will be just as good. Have fun!